Who won't be revving their Harleys going into season 3? Yes, guys, it's Fog Entertainment back with Sons of Anarchy season 2 deaths right now. To be fair, only 2 people on this list are actually on bikes, so maybe that was the wrong intro. But I feel like for a season in Sons, this is probably the weakest season for deaths, in my personal opinion. I don't know if you're of the same opinion, but that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, there was probably a lot of deaths, but it was like nameless people. It was people that, even then, was there a lot of deaths?
I think there was about 17 deaths all in, but a lot of them were unnamed, so they're not going to be on this list. But there is 10 characters on this list. But I feel like, obviously in season 1, like, Donna's death was the biggest, and Halfsack is a club member, but I feel like her death's just a lot bigger than Halfsack's. But as we dive in...
Well, of course, I would say it's a lot bigger for the simple reason it's the wife of a member. Plus, it was the president and sergeant at arms, the president that put it in motion, and the sergeant at arms that committed the murder while they were attempting to kill a fellow brother. So, I mean, of course it's bigger.
Yeah, and if I look at the rest of the seasons, I just feel like there's bigger deaths throughout those seasons. But we have to kick off in one place, and that's 10th place, and it's Ul. Of course, Weston walks in, he kills 2 unnamed Mexican women.
What are you doing?
So Bill knows all about
Bill knows
this.
all about this, traitor.
He passes the book as soon as Weston pulls the gun on him. So again, I don't like that when people die, but it's kind of just a simple headshot. Weston doesn't really give him much chance to explain anything. He kind of just wanted to know what was going on.
Nothing spectacular. He didn't really go out and dialogue wasn't like overly memorable. Just basically he just walks in. What are you doing? Shoots him in the head, really.
A simple enough death, nothing bad about it, but again, nothing spectacular either. Coming in 9th place, Trammell. Of course, him and Opie are like the only 2 outside.
Trammell's did he's patched into the club momentarily. He's prospecting for the club.
Pretty much, that's what's going on here. Of course, they're trying to set up some tranny dealer.
And just like Halfsack later in the season, that gets him killed.
Yep, it gets him killed, because guess what? He tries to pull over the tranny, he walks up, thinks he's the Rock, he's like, we've just pulled off the deal of the century here, Opie. And then he gets shot in the midsection. Opie drives over, he's like, officer down. And
you know what's crazy, right? I actually had to watch this probably 4 or 5, I mean, I probably watched, how many times have I watched Sons? Maybe like 6 or 7 times. Anyway, I didn't know until I don't think it was this walk through, but I didn't know till the previous watch along that he actually died in this scene.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that
it's like
a stomach wound can't kill you, but I just feel like...
Yeah, I just didn't expect this to die, and I know you say they mention it in prison, but I don't think it's really clear. I think you could easily misunderstand or just miss it altogether that Clay was actually talking about Trammell when he gets the phone call for you inside.
Well, you could, but again, I feel like with this, it's still a decent death, but I think the clarification could have been more clear. I mean, I think I definitely didn't get it on my first time, but I definitely got it more after, like, the third time.
I didn't even know this was Trammell's last appearance. I thought he was, like, still in the show or something, like, obviously I know he doesn't appear much after that, but I thought perhaps he was just...
having a wee biscuit or something, having a donut like the cops do.
Aye, transferred.
Talking though of last appearances, but you certainly know that Luann here was dead because she is found battered at the bottom of like a not cliff face, but it's like a hill, so to speak. And yeah, she's killed off screen. It's not exactly spectacular, but it leads to a pretty cool scene at dinner where Hale comes in. He fixes his trousers. Hey guys, I just want to report that Lion Delaney's dead.
Yeah, I like the reveal. I think the death was pretty good, especially with all the turmoil going within the Suns and like Jax and Clay basically, at each other's throats. So yeah, that death just added more fuel to the fire. And I mean the death itself, not much to say, died off screen, but I feel like this death added a little bit more to the story. Therefore, I would put that above.
And you know what? It also has a story arc in season 4. It's the whole reason Otto turns, because Lincoln uses it against the club. So it's not like it's a completely pointless death.
Yeah, it has legs.
It has legs. And talking of legs, Dion in prison had big black legs. He wanted Juice's wee Puerto Rican legs, but he ends up getting killed by Black.
Again, I mean, another death that is off screen. And I mean, I'm pretty sure Dion dies like
No, he definitely does die. He's a rat. He got battered by 10 guys. I'm going to say he died.
It's pretty funny though, isn't it? Like it's.
I know, it's a very funny scene. And again, he's a nothing character getting battered by nothing people. So therefore, we don't really need to see this guy get killed.
But the
do
lead
we?
up to him wanting juice was pretty good in negotiating with Jax.
I forgot the condoms.
To get a piece of that Puerto
And then
Rican
just
ass.
saying, I'm guessing you won't be needing these. Was a pretty good line as well.
But no, like, but the kind of it's like a joke scene. It's like a comedy scene, but like this guy is legit getting murdered
Yeah.
in this cell. It's kind of weird, like.
No, it is weird, but at the same time,
No, but would
this
you not?
guy's just seen as a rat, and
Yeah,
it's a
but
means
see,
to an end.
but would you not? Could you not easily watching that one time? Could you not easily misunderstand what's happening and just think they're throwing them a beatdown? Or is it obvious to you that he is being murdered here?
You could, but they wanted access to a rat, and normally rats don't get in a beatdown; they get killed.
Yeah, and it's also a wee bit weird. I think that the Sons are just. I know they don't like rats, but they're literally just willing to kill this guy to get some protection inside. Like it's a bit.
So hold on, they want to kill a guy that's a rat, means nothing to them, so they can save their own skin, and they're weird for that.
Yeah, because they're basically setting up the murder of someone. That guy didn't rat on them.
Hey, but they need to save themselves.
No, I know.
Hold on, here, they're an MC. Clay would fucking kill you for.
Bit of oxygen.
Exactly, any excuse, man.
True.
So, come on.
I think that was a white power move for Clay.
I think you've just turned into fucking Jax Teller shitebag mode.
Maybe.
I think we need to deal strawberries and flowers from now on. Anyway, talking about dealing, this guy get dealt a big knife to the skull, his neck region, squirrel. I don't think he'll be eating any nuts after this. It was
I'm pretty sure it was a screwdriver, mate.
knife, screwdriver, blunt, sharp object.
Blunt, sharp. It's not even the same.
Hold on here, a screwdriver is blunt at one end. Alright, I'll let you know.
Nah.
The handle's blunt.
I wouldn't refer to... Well, the handle, maybe.
Maybe it's a melted toothbrush that Otto used here, but see, at the end of the day, this was actually good, because it had tiebacks to his death. His death had tiebacks to Otto getting stabbed in the eye, the exact same line used, and I like when things come full circle, so I was a fan of this.
Plus, you had the wee song playing in the background.
The Sons of Anarchy.
Please, flip
Fold
this,
over. Please flip over.
Flip the disc.
The turn page, brother. But coming in.
This is from the league. This is from me.
Talking to the league, we're talking about Paulie Sobel dies. You know what? I actually feel like this death.
I'm going to be honest.
I like this death.
I thought this death was too high on the list.
Too high?
Yeah, for me, Paulie Sobel literally walks in, sees Ethan, turns around.
Wait, Ethan Edmund?
Ethan. And
these are daddy.
Gets shot by Gemma. I mean...
No, but it was a good scene, because you had her come in, and he had stalled at the other side of the room. It was shot pretty well. Even, yes, if she just walks in and gets shot.
I'm just saying, for a final scene, she didn't really contribute much, did she?
Edmund. No, she didn't, and, I actually think there's a death on this list that features way too high, and it's also a day where a guy dies in the same fucking house, but we'll get to him in a wee minute. Just missing out in the podium is Perez, and he is the Mayan that essentially got blamed for the murder of Donna Winston. And he gets rid off his bike, he then gets brought to a scrapyard, he starts speaking, and then Tig's like, you know what, I don't like this guy, because he's not going to admit to a murder he didn't do. Shoots him in the mouth, and then Jack's like, no doubt, Ob, this guy's the one that killed Donna. This seems a bit... Obviously,
I don't think Tig gave a shit about this guy. He was just more concerned about
Opie. Oh, obviously it's a
not
murder.
willing to accept it and pursuing the truth, which wouldn't have been good for him and Clay in the club.
Exactly, but even here, it's like everyone's against Opie here. Jack's is like, yes, it was this guy, 127%.
It was this guy, Opie, no doubt. I mean, there's all the doubt in the world. I mean, hold on. Tig was trying to suggest the fact that, what's his name? Elanio Perez?
Big Elanio.
Elanio Perez, he says there's no doubt that he's the one that killed Donna because he tried to reach for Tig's gun. Even though that's not what happened, let's just say for argument's sake that's what happened. Do you think the fact that he's been cornered by 4 fucking Mayans? Sons, and he probably thinks, I am literally going to die here, and he sees an opportunity while 3 of them are away at one side, he sees an opportunity to try and grab the solo guy's gun. I mean, does that prove that he killed Donna, or is that just proof that he's desperate to try and get away, and he's seen an opportunity and he tried to take it?
Exactly.
I don't see how him.
Tig's looking for any excuse here, though, to basically get this guy killed.
Opie's kind of like, you know, he doesn't quite. It looks like he's not convinced, but he just goes along with it anyway and shoots this guy.
This was Tara. You'd be ripping his fingers off one by one, brother. But yeah, you know what? Opie was right. He should have went through it, but I think once he heard Jack say about it, he's like, okay, Jackie boy. Okay, Jackie boy. But yeah, Mayan dead. And we get to our podium positions. It is AJ Weston of the league. He goes for a tattoo. He goes to take a leak. Ends up pissing all over his shoes because his blood drips and it drips and it drips because Sam Crow confront him and his son in the bathroom. He's like, Woody, it's okay. You never talk to the cops. And then his son goes away and then, yeah, he basically gets sat down on the toilet seat. Jax whips out his gun. Bang. Good night. Weston's head drops into his Weston's and the blood just trickles down.
I think Weston deserved a bit of a better. I don't know. I mean, it was all right. Like I seen what they done, but
I think they suited the character.
It kind of did.
Right.
He went out like a champ as well. Like
realistically, right? I think Jax would have
it.
liked it to make it a bit more painful and torture and blah blah blah. But end of the day, that would lead more back to the Sons rather than a simple headshot. He didn't have the time as well to torture him because, you know, the police are literally outside the fucking bathroom stall. But I agree with you. I feel like they could have maybe did something more. But it's still a good death. Coming in at number 2, though. I disagree with this being so high up the list. Edmund Hayes. Yes, good dialogue with Stahl. He's like, the box you put me in. And then he punches Stahl. He gets up. He runs. He gets shot twice in the back. And then what does it? He star jumps against the fucking door. Is it the impact of the door that kills him or is it the 2 fucking bullets? Let me know.
I mean, the 2 bullets didn't look like fatal shots, but then again...
Well, that's Trammell, mate. He took one, he fucking died.
I know, but let's be honest, the main character's never... Imagine Jax gets shot in the back. Think he's going to die?
No, it was twice, but, you know, I grew up in South Armagh, boys.
Aye, well, they must be fucking brought up like pussies in South Armagh because...
I don't know what's going on in South Armagh, man. Anyway, I thought this death was a bit lackluster. I don't know how it's second, but I put it 9th and you
South Armagh, come on.
You put it 9th, I put it 9th, you put it fucking first. What are you smoking watching this?
I mean, the Charming Boys...
You put Perez second.
The Charming Boys roll up, man, and fucking
South
Sam Bell just explode, they all die.
Just showing our American brothers the Irish countryside, officer.
They dead on.
Right,
I thought it was a good death overall with the dialogue, him being captured.
No, I think it was alright, but I think it's beaten some deaths that were better.
Alright, fair enough.
No, I feel like for a guy, I know he wasn't, I mean, he gets shot twice, right? And by the time Stahl gets up and goes to check on him, he's fucking
lifeless.
dead.
Aye, well.
I mean, come on. Didn't even get time to say officer down. Anyway, coming in at number 1, we have got Half Sack. Don't get brave, Boyle. Well, he got brave, he
Don't
stood
get
up.
brave with me, boy. Blah, stabbed, and then he gets gutted, man. It's sad. It's like the knife just starts like slowly at the bottom
Twisting
of his stomach
and going up.
It just gets gutted like a fish. Terrible way for Half Sack to go. Didn't deserve it. I mean, definitely one of the best characters in the first 2 seasons. He would have to be in your top 10.
Absolutely, and you'll have to find out where he is in our season 2 list.
Probably better in season 1, I would say. I think he got more screen time in season 1.
In season 2, he was at the hospital a lot.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, for me,
off screen.
I think you could even put Half Sack top 5 in season 1. That's not even
Agree with that.
That's not even overrating the guy. He was great. Unfortunately, he died, and Tara just sat there and let him die. But we've already discussed that, so there's no point bragging on
Beating
about
a
it.
dead horse, guys.
But that is it. That is our list then of the deaths in season 2, ranked only 10. Got a feeling we'll have a lot more in season 3 though.
Same, and I think by the time we get to season 7, there's just going to be about
Too many to fucking rank.
And until next time, peace.